be a quick video. It's not going to take too long. But get your notepad and get your paper, just in case if you didn't know this, it'll help you. Okay, so a lot of people go to like websites to check the overall strength of a currency. Okay, you can do that. There are websites you can use. I'm sure there's indicators that you can use. But some people don't even know that there's actually currency indexes. And a few of you may know this, so if you do, woohoo. But this is for the people that don't know. So I'm going to give you the currency indexes for just the main currencies that people trade, so that you, when you have some time, you can analyze it. All right, you can analyze it and see if it matches what your overall bias is. So for example, you can analyze a Japanese yen and Australian dollar and see which of the two currencies are stronger, and that'll help determine what your bias is. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over strength of currencies. I'm going to give you the indexes, and I'm going to show you how you can figure out whether to go long or short, okay, buy or sell. So, excuse me, I'm looking at this. If you do type things, I may not be able to see. So, all right. So, when you have a currency, you have, we're going to use the US dollar, for example, okay? So, let's say, for example, you have currency on the left, so XXX, right? And then you have currency on the right. I'm going to go YYY. Okay? The currency on the left is the currency that's going to dictate what direction we're going. So if the currency on the left is the stronger currency and the currency on the right is weaker, then what you're going to do is look for essentially buys. Okay? Now, you're not just going to solely rely on this. You're going to have to use technical analysis and things like that. But whenever the currency on the left is stronger, you buy. So if it's stronger, you buy. Okay? If it's weaker, you sell. Okay? So if currency on the right is stronger than currency on the left, if this one is stronger, you're going to sell because it's on the right. You have to do whatever the currency on the left says. So like the currency on the left is what dictates where you're going. If currency on the left is weak, you sell. Okay? If it's weaker than this currency on the right. If it's stronger, you buy. All right? So let me give you an example. Hopefully you can see this color. I probably should use like black or something, right? Or blue. If there's comments, I can't see anything, so I'm sorry. All right. So let's say we're looking at USD JPY. Excuse my handwriting, I don't have the best handwriting. Okay? And let's say that at the moment, our current scenario is JPY, the Japanese yen, is stronger. Okay? Let's say we analyze this, we see that the Japanese yen is significantly stronger than the US dollar. The Japanese yen is on the right side though. It's not on the left side. The left side dictates which direction we're going. So if this is the stronger currency and it's on the right side, that means it's stronger than the US dollar, hence making the US dollar weak. Okay? So if you were looking for any opportunities and the yen is stronger than the US dollar, then you're going to be looking for sell opportunities. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you? I hope so. Okay, so if the Japanese yen was weak, all right, let's say the Japanese yen was weaker. Japanese yen is weak because Trump just spoke, or we had a speaker talk, and now the US dollar has gained momentum. It's gaining strength. You can see it. It's super bullish. Japanese yen is losing its power. Now we have the USD is the stronger currency because it is on the left side and it is a stronger currency. We're going to buy. Okay, so when the Japanese yen is weak and it's on the right, you buy. Simple as that. Now you want to make sure that this matches with your technical analysis, it matches with whatever confirmations you have, confluence, but essentially that's what happens, okay? That's how it works. So the currency on the left is going to dictate the direction of the trade depending on its strength compared to the pair to the side of it, okay? All right, so now you can go on websites and you can, oops, I just wrote on the wall. You can observe currency strength on there, but it's not always accurate, okay? It's not always accurate. Sometimes it's a little bit delayed. It's just not always accurate. So there's these things called currency indexes. I know if you use TradingView, you'll be able to pull them up, okay? So you have your DXY. Let me stand up here. All right, so you have your DXY. That's going to be US. All right, you have your BXY. That's GBP. All right, US dollar, British pound. You have your AXY. That's going to be your Aussie, okay? You have your EXY. And that's going to be the euro. You have your SXY. It's your Swiss franc. All right. Sorry, I'm going to come up here. CXY is Canada, so CAD pairs. JXY. Oh, that's too close. That's going to be your yen, okay? So JPYs. And then you have CXY. All right, and that's going to be your New Zealand, so NZDs. Now, when you go to look at these at the charts, they are going to probably look crazy, okay? Sometimes when you have it on candles, you'll see that they'll gap, and it may be a little bit confusing. I personally recommend analyzing these on higher time frames, like daily, weekly, monthly, all right? I personally like to analyze the DXY at the beginning of my week, and the BXY, because the EXY too. But these are like the three that I usually analyze the most, personally. But you can see here what's going on with the currency. So like with the US dollar, even though there's major news events that help push a trade to go in the direction that you analyze, the DXY, when you analyze it, especially on the daily or weekly, you'll see that the news is just, it's confirming everything that you analyze if you know what you're doing, okay? So it'll kind of give you an indication of what to expect. So for example, DXY, I'm going to show you guys right now. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so for the DXY, I have it at a major area, like there's a trend line, and it's rejecting the trend line, okay? It's been bullish and then bearish, but it's respecting my trend line. So as long as it doesn't break my trend line, I can continue to see that this is going to be, compared to other pairs after I analyze them, I'll be looking for some bullish momentum. If I see that it's going down, okay, and it's violating my trend line, and I start to see that it's, it's bearish, then I'll start to analyze other pairs that I'm interested in trading with the USD and look for a bearish bias on the pairs that have USD on the left, not the right. So for you to sit here and determine the currency strength, you can go on these indexes on TradingView. I don't know if you can do it on an MT4 on the computer. I don't really use it. But I know that you can do it on TradingView. You can save these, you can analyze them and compare them. And this way you'll know, okay, this week I want to look into this. I see that the US dollar is super strong, or the British pound is at a really strong level of support. I definitely see it going bullish here, unless there's some unexpected news event that can occur and that just throw everything out of whack. But for the most part, I like to analyze these personally so I can see what's going on. One thing you'll notice is that the Japanese yen was like super bullish. I'll tell you right, it's like super, super bullish. Like it's just taking off. So if I compare that to any of the other pairs that are a little bit weaker, most likely if I have XXX and a JPY at the end, I'm going to be looking for sells because the JPY, the Japanese yen, has picked up momentum. It's strong. It's like super bullish right now. And it hasn't been this bullish since, I'll tell you right now, since March of 2018. All right. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, a little nugget. Try to analyze it. Sometimes using the line chart may help if the gaps make you a little uncomfortable. It's kind of looking like stock. It looks like stock charts, in my opinion, with all the gaps. But check it out, especially if you trade me in session. I recommend looking at the DXY all the time, and hopefully you've learned something from this or got some clarity. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. And be sure to follow my page on Instagram. It's Say Yes to Jess _ and then Millionaire FX Society. So I'm in. Okay, guys, so you basically saw me go over the indexes, and what I'm going to do is just give you an example to kind of confirm what it is that I was going over, so you can get that extra confirmation and maybe it'll provide some clarity. So let's get straight to it, and we're going to look at the Japanese yen just because it's been so bullish, and that was the one that I actually talked about. All right, here we go. Okay, so you can see here that I pretty much have Japanese yen marked up on the weekly. Very simple. I just have a trend line on the top and I have a trend line on the bottom. So essentially look for an area for it to break out. It broke out, it landed on top and went up to a new high, okay? And if I just draw a line here, this is, oops, excuse me, it's locked. You can see right here is an area where the market has stopped before, which is right here, and then another area which is up here, okay? So we know that these are areas that potentially if a candle gets to there and closes, it could either retest or push down, pull back, or reverse, okay? So we know that these are potential areas that it can change direction. Now, the market gapped this week and was super bullish. So we can see the Japanese yen just has a lot of power. It's very strong. If we go to the daily, okay, and if this looks a little freaky for you, especially with all the gaps, you can literally just turn it into a line chart and, you know, essentially try to see if you can draw some type of trend line or something, okay? So for here right now at the moment, I can see that the market is basically super bullish, okay? Essentially it is gonna have to pull back. But if I was looking at any trades, I'm going to be looking for, if Japanese yen is on the right, I'll be looking for sells. If Japanese yen is on the left, I'll be looking for buys because it's the stronger currency. So let's look at, let's see if we can look at the, okay, here we go. Here's the Aussie. So let's go on the weekly here. Now this was a major support area. As you can see, it landed several times. The market broke it. So you can see where I tracked the market similarly as I did with the Japanese yen. She broke out and retested beautifully and continued going down. So the Aussie is going down, right? All right, let me text this. So we know that AUD, not Aussie, excuse me, Australian dollar is super bearish, and the yen is like super bullish. So if we go look at odd JPY, what do we expect to see? We expect to see a sell. If we're looking at JPY odd, okay, what do we expect to see? We expect to see a buy. So now let's go put it to the test. Let's see. All right, so Oz JPY, what did we say? We're expecting to see a sell. So you can see all, I mean, literally it's been bearish the entire time that the Japanese yen has been super bullish. Confirms my point. So let's flip it around and let's go to Japanese yen odd. What do we see? Super bullish. All right, let's do one more example. Let's go to the US dollar. I actually have this one marked up. in the video, you heard me say that it was at a major level. So I have a trend line and then I have the fake out trend line, and then we have one major fake out. But for the most part, we can see that it's been respecting this trend line. Now it's a little bit bearish at the moment. As you can see, all week it's been super bearish. Okay, so the US dollar has been bearish. So if we were looking at that compared to the Japanese yen, USD JPY, let's see what we get. Because remember, Japanese yen was stronger. All right, so you can see that the US dollar is significantly weaker than the Japanese yen, hence giving us a bearish bias. So I hope this provides some clarity. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out, and please subscribe to my channel.
Also, you are more than welcome if you're interested in learning more about training with me and my team. The information is below in the description section. Have an amazing day.